Please, EA, please, for the love of God, never change, because you just provide me with such quality news stories to talk about on this channel. You honestly just can't resist fucking shit up at this point. I mean, honestly, this is like a mental illness at this point for you guys. You guys should be diagnosed with like self-destructive tendencies, because this is too great. You just cannot resist shooting yourselves in the foot at any given opportunity, and now you just can't resist potentially ruining Anthem. Let's go ahead and get right into this. So shout out to Dare Steppenwolf. I don't know if I said your name right, but he sent me a picture of a tweet from Mark Dara, the executive producer of Anthem and Dragon Age. So he's one of the head guys over at Bioware, and basically he is listing the things that will be different in the Anthem demo versus the retail version of the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and read through this real quick so you guys can get the full picture of what we are talking about here. So how's the Anthem demo different from the game? We start you in the middle, no tutorials, no pilot picker, balance is super different, economy is completely different, and 6 weeks less bug fixes. So the two important points there are balance is super different, which basically means the game difficulty is going to be completely different in the demo versus when the game launches. And my guess is the demo is going to be a lot easier than the actual full release, so that people don't think it's going to be another really grindy game like Destiny, so they're going to give you a false illusion of what this game is actually going to play like. That is a very, very typical tactic of a company like EA to mislead a consumer, and I would not put it past them that that is exactly what they're trying to do in this situation. The other key point is economy is completely different. That means the pricing, the drop rates of certain items are going to be completely different in the demo versus when the game releases, and again, it's going to probably be in favor of you getting money and earning items much faster than you actually would in the main game, so it doesn't give off that idea of, oh, you're grinding like you're playing Destiny, or it's going to take you a very, very long time to get what you want, or you're going to have to do a lot of quests in order to get enough money to buy a next upgrade or something like that. And I guarantee you this is another case where they're trying to mislead people, and they're going to make this game look like it's way easier to progress through than it actually is. And again, this is a fucking typical EA tactic. It's what they tried to do with Battlefront 2 when that beta came out, because you could actually earn the points or whatever to buy the star cards way faster in the actual beta for Battlefront 2 versus when the original game came out. So I would not put it past EA to pull this bullshit. And honestly, I think what's happening here is EA saw an opportunity very similar to what Assassin's Creed Odyssey did in order to sell time-saving microtransactions. They rope you into the game, you get going, then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I've hit a fucking wall. I really have to grind. But guess what? I don't have time to grind, but I really want to progress through this game. A lot of games journalists and stuff just basically wrote this off completely, going, oh, it's not a big fucking deal, you know. Who cares that they're selling microtransactions called time savers in a purposefully grindy game? But that's another point entirely. But what they did is they sold XP and money drop boosters so you could literally progress through the game faster, and I guarantee you that is exactly what Anthem is going to implement, at least in some similar situation, which will actually allow you to progress through the game faster than you would if you didn't spend money. After all, EA is not putting this game out as a charity. They are looking for any and every way to make money off of you once they already have your $60 and you are playing Anthem. That is the whole point of games as a service games like Anthem, like Destiny, and like every other multiplayer shooter out there, especially in this category. So it is very likely they saw Assassin's Creed Odyssey, got away with it. Oh, well, if we can get people into the game, get them playing, get them enjoying it, then they're kind of hit with like this grindy period, they're that much more likely to spend money to progress faster through the game, and they're going to give you this false illusion in the demo that progression happens very, very naturally, and I can definitely see where this is going. But then again, it could not, but it's fucking EA. Chances are it's gonna happen. Nothing they do is for the good of the consumer. And this is really funny too, because Anthem was supposed to be kind of like their saving grace, because after Battlefront 2, after Battlefield 5 turned out to be complete failures. I mean, Battlefront 2 was supposed to sell like 14 million copies. I think it sold around 3 in the same time they thought they were going to sell 14 million. So that game flopped. That pissed investors off a lot. Then you had Battlefield 5, which that game sold worse than Battlefield Hardline in its first week on the market, which, I mean, that is absolutely horrible for a mainline entry in the series to sell worse than a shitty spinoff title. So Anthem was one of those games where EA was kind of hoping like, okay, we can kind of make up some of the ground we've lost. This could potentially be a new AAA franchise that could get us back to dominance in the marketplace. And it's something that was going to ease their investors' minds too, because as we've seen from EA, their overall profitability has gone up, but it's not increasing at the rate that their investors would prefer, let's just say, because games like Madden and FIFA, yeah, those games are their cash cows. They bring in hundreds of millions of dollars each every single year, basically as reliable as the sun's gonna rise tomorrow. But the problem is with those games is the profitability is starting to plateau. The spending on the Ultimate Team packs, which is how they make the majority of their money from those games, the sales of those are starting to decline in their growth, so the profitability of those games is starting to plateau, which is making EA's investors worry. And then on top of that, you have flops like Battlefront 2 and Battlefield 5, which EA was relying on to be big commercial successes. It's not looking good for EA in terms of continuously increasing their profits at the rate that their investors want, which is what immediately determines the stock price of a company, and that's why we've seen EA's stock do very poorly recently. So Anthem was like an opportunity to kind of pad their portfolio, maybe get another big AAA game out there that could increase their profitability, maybe earn back some goodwill among players. But then again, this is EA we're talking about, and they never miss an opportunity for a cash grab. So honestly, there's no real love lost in this situation for me. I didn't think I was going to buy Anthem anyway, just because I'm kind of at a point with EA where I just kind of want to see them burn and kind of die off in obscurity, or maybe they can actually take a lesson, you know, get it through their thick skull that people are sick of their bullshit and they need to actually improve, you know, put out a good product and then maybe people will actually want to support it. I mean, at this point, it's a pretty fucking novel concept. You know, you release a good game like God of War or The Witcher 3 and God forbid, people may actually want to support it. I mean, you would think it's this lost secret to the gaming industry at this point that if you release a quality product, people are going to want to buy it. But no, you know, you have to resort to money schemes, because the problem with these big AAA corporate publishers is that their shareholders know nothing about the gaming industry, and they're very high turnover stocks, meaning that people buy and sell them frequently. So people are not buying an EA stock for the long run. They're looking for a quick short-term return, and the only way to do that is to resort to money-making schemes like microtransactions, which is why we've seen them implemented in almost every single one of EA's games, and Anthem, it seems like, is going to also fall victim to it, especially considering the validity of this tweet coming from the dude literally in charge of the development of Anthem itself. So, I mean, they just honestly don't get it. Who in their right mind would actually come out and say, yeah, we're going to put out a demo of this game, but guess what? The difficulty is going to be completely different in the demo, and the economy is going to be completely different in the demo. I mean, how fucking stupid do you have to be? I honestly do not understand it. This is the same company that literally had the biggest controversy surrounding bad monetization in video games, and they're going to come out and say, yeah, well, the demo, we're going to have a much different economy once the game actually launches. You better get your wallets ready, boys. I mean, that's literally what most people are going to read that tweet and take away from it, especially people like me making videos on it explaining that mentality. It's only going to amplify that message. That is a bad fucking tweet, and there's no way I would have ever put that out. But honestly, man, this is not a good sign for Anthem, to be completely honest, and I'm really glad I'm kind of taking a hands-off approach when it comes to this game. I am not going to be pre-ordering this game. Well, to be fair, I'm not really pre-ordering many games these days because pre-ordering is a fool's choice, but yeah, I'm not going to be touching this game anywhere near launch. I am going to be on an extreme wait-and-see mentality when it comes to Anthem, because trust me, I am in no rush to hand over $60+ to my good friends over at EA. We know how much we love each other. I'm sure they have me blacklisted anyway, so like if I ever requested a review copy or some shit after all those Battlefield 5 videos. But yeah, I'm going to have to wait, get some actual trusted opinions on this, because I'm definitely not going to trust review sites with an EA game, because they pay out the ass to all these review sites for like advertisement, while at the same time they're being asked to objectively review a game. Yeah, that's going to work out great if you do a bad review. They're going to really come knocking next time to pay you to advertise on their site if you shit talk their game. So yeah, no, I don't trust this. I'm waiting and seeing, and I would definitely advise you to do the same. If you have an interest in Anthem, I would wait till like some YouTubers get their hands on it. We get some actual honest opinions out here, because these tweets, if they are to be taken literally, are suggesting that the game is going to be more difficult, once the game actually releases, and the economy of the game, meaning the different in-game items and everything that goes along with that, are going to be differently priced once the game releases, which implies this game is going to be very grindy, just like Destiny. But unlike Destiny, considering this is an EA title, there will most likely be the Assassin's Creed Odyssey style time saver microtransactions for those who want to progress but just don't have the time or care in order to do it. But honestly, guys, this is absolutely hilarious. That tweet, huge oversight on the part of Mark Dara over at Bioware. Yeah, I'd probably go ahead and delete that tweet, but I think it's kind of already too late at this point, considering that countless other people, including myself, are going to be making a video on this topic. But again, shout out to Der Steppenwolf. Again, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for bringing my attention to this. And with that said, guys, that does it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you guys still plan on picking up Anthem or not? I would highly advise, and I'll say it again, go with the wait and see approach. That's exactly what I'm doing. And plus, what's the rush in giving EA even more of your money? But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video, and I will catch you guys next time.